Hi there, I'm Marc. One more thing about complex production networks. All over the world, companies are producing goods, and for each good out there, a production network exists consisting of suppliers, factories, warehouses, and of course us, the consumers. With globalization, these networks become more and more complex, and it's hard to maintain a good overview, and even harder to make optimal or even good global decisions within the network. Thus, decisions are often made from a local point of view, or companies just stick to their status quo. Both approaches are, well, not that good. But the good news is these networks then offer a lot of room for improvements. With the right techniques, you can find them. And that's what we do at Obtaino. Even in the most complex production networks, there are basically three questions to answer. Who produces what? Who supplies whom? And how is delivery done? But before we can start to find answers to these questions, we first have to understand how the production network works, because every production is a little different. That's a step where usually everybody gets involved. This covers unwritten constraints and builds a common understanding of the goals and the data. And often bringing people from different departments together and building this common ground is a huge benefit in itself. But speaking of data, maybe the most crucial part of every optimization project is to gather all relevant data and transform it into a consistent and usable scenario. For production network, this can be things like labor and material costs, energy costs,
transportation and storage costs,
text guidelines, machine and transportation capacities, design service level, product demand, and so on.
But wait, there's more. We also need to define and prioritize our goals. Do we want to have the lowest overall costs, have really high service levels, or even save as much CO2 emissions as possible? Probably all of these, right? With good data and an optimization model that fits the production network, it is possible to compare the trade-offs between these goals in different scenarios. And then the human expertise comes back in and can make an informed decision based on the most promising of these scenarios. Et voila, you just saved yourself a bunch of money. You see, planning of production networks is not an easy task, especially when the networks have grown over decades and are spread worldwide. Doing this manually is not a good idea, and a lot of potential will be lost that way. But with the right data and mathematical optimization, a powerful tool is available, which not only speeds up the planning process, but also helps to improve the overall efficiency of the production network. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's absolutely worth it. Happy planning and see you next time.